Okay guys, I've never done this before. I'm sorry if it's not very stable, but I'm going to make a video about a CP grinding trick in Final Fantasy XIII where you can generate upwards of almost 100,000 CP in around 10 minutes. You do have to be pretty far in the game for this. As you can, maybe you can see it, I've been playing for around 45 hours. It helps if you have the money to spend to do this. But let's see here. If we go to my inventory and check the items, you can see that I have Deceptisols, which I'm going to make very much use of, so it shortens the amount of time, and it's well worth the investment of 30,000 gil per Deceptisol or Shroud. Okay, so let's do a quick overview of my characters. On Lightning, I have the Ultima weapon at level 23, which is the Lionheart upgraded, Sorcerer's Mark level 1, Warrior's Wristband level 1, and a Champion's Badge level 1, which synthesize nicely for a random instant chain ability. On Fang, you can see here that I have Venus Gospel level 27, which is actually an upgraded taming pole. I have a Power Glove, Warrior's Wristband, and a Speed Sash for also a random instant chain. On Hope, I have the Urabutsun, whatever you want to call it, level 18, which is an upgraded Atshirvani, and equipped him the Whistlewind Scarf and 2 Sorcerer's Marks for a big magic boost. You can see his magic is around 1700. Fang's strength is around 1700, and Lightning is balanced at around 1200 for both strength and magic. Okay, you can also see that I'm pretty far in the Crystarium here. For each character, I am level 4 role levels in Commando, Ravager, and Medic for Lightning. Hope is Commando, Saboteur, and Sentinel level 4 roles. And for Hope, I of course have the Ravager, Medic, and Synergist roles at level 4. These are not fully completed, but they do at least have the role levels, which is very important in the overall strength. So I'm going to cut down on the talking here, and this is the area that I'm in here. This is the last section of the Tesseracts, and towards the end of the game. This is the best leveling spot in the game for the amount of time that it takes. So you're going to go up here and you're going to head left, and well, I guess the elevator is already up, but what we're going to do, okay, instead we're going to go over here and head up this ramp, and up at the on the next tier of this ramp, there's going to be a Sanctum Templar and a Barthandelus, or however you would like to pronounce it. Before I go up any further, I'm going to stop here because you can see them sitting there. I'm going to use a Deceptisol and an Aegisol, which help tremendously, and I'm going to run up here, and we're going to stop right before we get to them. Make sure our active paradigm is Relentless Assault, and we're going to dive in for a preemptive strike on these guys. Okay, and we're going to start by slaying the Barthandelus because he clearly is the more dangerous enemy, and this will go very quickly due to his already massive stagger. I like to hit with the Army of One ability, which does a fair amount of damage. You can see that over half of his health is gone in just a matter of seconds here, and he is, see, maybe one more hit away from dying. Yeah, there we go. And we're going to switch over to the Sanctum Templar. Stay with the Relentless Assault paradigm until his stagger gauge runs out. Do as much damage as you possibly can. You could also opt for the Aggression paradigm here. It works just as well, which is Commando, and Ravager with Hope. Here we're going to switch to Protection, and we're going to heal up really quick and let Fang, Sentinel, and get his ideas up. Protection paradigms: Lightning, Medic, Fang, Sentinel, and Hope, Synergist. And we're going to switch to Delta Attack, which is Lightning, Commando, Fang, Sentinel, and Hope, Ravager. and we're going to hit him one time with that, and then switch to Mystic Tower, which is Lightning and Hope as Ravagers, Fang as a Sentinel. And you want a Sentinel to distract him from your big characters, and in a matter of seconds you can have his chain gauge built up, staggered, and you're going to switch to Relentless Assault immediately and lay into him. And like I said, I like to use Army of One, not necessary, but it throws the stagger gauge up very quickly. And you can see this battle is practically over with a final hit from Fang. And that wraps that one up, and you can see 5 stars, minute and 30 seconds, 35,000 CP off the bat. And you get a Tear of Woe. I won a Tear of Woe and a pair of Skite, which are great for upgrading. So we're going to keep moving up here. And the next fight that we're going to hit is going to be a Jabberwocky and a Bandersnatch. Now, I'm going to stay in the Relentless Assault paradigm to start this battle off, and I will very shortly switch after the Jabberwocky. After the Jabberwocky's first stagger stage, I'm going to switch to Protection so I can put some buffs in place before I stagger him again to finish him off. So again, start with the Deceptisol, save up your money, and spend it. It makes these fights worth it. You can grind, you can get strong, and it's quick. Take out the Jabberwocky first because Fang has a low magic resistance, and the Jabberwocky is a magical attacking creature. You can see that he does not deal anything but magic damage, and he unfortunately is resistant to magic damage, but we can Army of One his stagger gauge, and Fang is our commando here, hitting for massive damage. Using Army of One again jacks the stagger gauge up very high. We can see we're already at 930%. And okay, so now he's done. He lost about half of his health, a little less than half. We're going to switch to Protection and just let it auto ability, and we're going to give Hope some time to put some buffs on and let Fang get their attention. Once you have Haste, Shell, and Protect in place, you can switch back to the Delta attack, which is what you'll see me doing very shortly here. Okay, Hope is taking his sweet time as always, putting these buffs in place. But as you can see, my party is in no danger whatsoever of being taken out. Going to switch back to Delta attack, and we're going to lay into the Jabberwocky for, let's say, 2 full sets of attacks, which you can see just takes a matter of seconds. This does get his stagger gauge going, and we're going to switch to Mystic Tower. Now, keep in mind this is going to do almost no damage, but that's not what we're going for. What we're going for is to put his stagger gauge up. We are staggering him to do maximum damage with Fang. Fang's physical attacks by herself are well worth the time spent, and it's just absolutely massive when you focus her up. Okay, so we're here going into Relentless Assault now. And we're going to go over, I'm going to Army of One him to put his stagger gauge up so Fang can do maximum damage here. He should fall during this stagger period. If he doesn't, then we're just going to keep laying into him really quick, for a short while with Relentless Assault here. And you can see I'm using Army of One again, probably my favorite ability in the game. It's very helpful, and we've maxed his stagger gauge here. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to select a bunch of Flame Strikes on the Jabberwocky, and he's fallen already. Now, to take out the Bandersnatch, okay, see, there I got lucky. Fang's random instant stagger hit, and he staggered in the first hit, which is why it's a great, probably one of the better synthesized abilities in the entire game. If you have any questions about those, please feel free to message me or ask me any questions regarding this video or the staggering stuff. And yeah, this fight takes a few minutes. It's just because these guys are not the easiest to stagger, but they have a fairly low chain resistance, so if you lay into them with the Ravager 2-3 rounds, they should be staggered. And he's tough to kill because he's resistant to physical attacks completely, so you just have to lay into him with the best magic you've got. And of course, I haven't been using Army of One, but it helps here. So we'll just lay into him, shoot the stagger gauge up a little bit. Might take one more stagger for him. We'll see. Okay, so stagger gauge is pushing up over 800 now. And just still laying into him with regular attacks, you know. Going in. Fang will automatically use Rune as a commando because she knows that her attacks don't do any damage otherwise. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to stagger this guy one more time, which is okay. Not a big deal. Doesn't take very long to stagger. He's extraordinarily weak. There's no reason to worry about replacing your buffs or anything like that. Fang will be able to handle the damage. Any of your characters should be able to handle his attacks. They only hit for less than 500. Very weak. And you can see he's on the verge of staggering again. The Mucosphere is nothing to worry about at all. And he's staggered again, and I'm going to cancel this command Q and hit Army of 1 so I can shoot the stagger gauge up. And you can see that he is very close to falling now. Should fall after this attack sequence here. And if not, I'll go with Army of 1 one last time to take him out. And this will end the fight. Okay, he's already dead. And lightning seems to be missing here. There we go. And he's done. Maybe not 5 stars. Let's see. 4 stars. Okay, but still 32,000 in 4 minutes. You can see that's good. All right. And now we're going to keep moving through this. Go up. Well, up. Lightning doesn't like to go up. Going to go up through here. Not going to go fight those 3 Sanctum Templars. I highly recommend that if you're going to head that way, that's going towards the Tiamat Eliminator and ultimately Barthandelus and Orphan. So unless you're ready for that, don't head that way. This is, like I said, this is a great area to grind. Go ahead, spend as much time as here as you like. It's great CP and great leveling opportunity. Now, for this, you cannot actually get a preemptive strike on this guy. I don't have it anyway, but we're going to paradigm shift and start the battle in protection. So, and the reason why this is important is because his attack, Mounting Contempt, can actually kill a party member instantly if they're not ready. And we absolutely need Fang as a sentinel in this fight non-stop to protect Lightning, because Lightning will fall almost immediately from his Mounting Contempt attack. So as long as Fang keeps him provoked, you can see what I'm doing here, everything stays fine. Unless you get really lucky with the random instant stagger synthesized ability, this simply isn't going to be a quick fight. Okay, and once Hope has bestowed Haste, Shell, and Protect, feel free to move to the Delta attack paradigm and start laying into this guy. Now, like I said, he's not going to stagger because his break point is 999%. So without the random instant stagger ability, he just won't stagger. He should fall after 200%. Okay, so when he initializes his Mounting Contempt, you need to immediately switch back to the protection paradigm and heal up Hope and recast the buffs. And when that's in place, go back to Delta attack and keep attacking. Feel free to switch to Mystic Tower here to drive up the stagger gauge a little bit more than it normally would, but I would not spend a terrible amount of time there. There's no point in using Army of 1 because it doesn't actually increase the gauge as much as it does with normal enemies because he has a very, very high chain resistance. Okay, so back to protection for the Mounting Contempt, and we actually got pretty lucky that time. He only was able to knock off one of her buffs, so even less time spent. So we're going to come on. You can see that Lightning is doing around 3,000 per attack. That's not a terribly large amount, but this isn't going to be a quick fight regardless of how you deal. I think he's about to come for Mounting Contempt. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and be ready to counter this. Sorry if I'm talking too much. I just want to help you guys through the video, understand my thought process, and just want to help you guys out, because this is the best leveling opportunity in the game, unless you're awesome and you can just lay into the adamantoids or something like that. But that's a risky maneuver. You have to have very strong characters, a lot of death spamming. Okay, so I'm actually not going to shift back because Protect did not go off during that mounting contempt, so we're just going to keep laying into him for a minute here. You can see that he's over 200% now, so he'll be falling very soon, but I am going to quickly switch back to Protection to give Fang some more health for the mounting contempt attack. And we're going to go to Delta attack, and we're going to finish this fight off. So let's go lay into him some. Fang might actually fall. Let's see, how much damage are we doing here? Fang may fall during this attack, and she does not. So we're going to keep moving with this paradigm. If Fang falls, it's no worries because he is done for. So there you have it. Let's see. 3 minutes total for another 32,000. Stars aren't great. It's hard to get a good rating with this guy. No major spoils here, but as you can see, the video was 16 minutes because that includes walking time and whatnot. But it's a good video. Great for staggering. You can see here 99,500 for each of my 3 characters, and these guys I'm reserving for specialists. You can message me about what I'm doing with them if you'd like to know. But Lightning, Fang, and Hope, absolutely greatest party you could possibly use in the game. Hope is very weak, does require a lot of protecting at first, but once you get him developed, very, very powerful character and extremely useful as a Ravager and Synergist. Not to mention his medic abilities are only rivaled by Vanille's. But Vanille is not a Synergist, so we immediately pick Hope. Anyway, so this is a great spot. You can see my total battle time was very short. Most of my time was spent talking to you and explaining things. But if you have any questions about this, comments, or anything in regards, if you know of a better leveling spot, please let me know. That would be great. I can't go back at the game at this point because, as I said, I am in the Tesseracts getting ready to face Barthandelus and Orphan. But yeah, I plan on spending another hour here grinding or so, but like I said, set your characters up for success. You're guaranteed to have very little difficulty with Orphan, if any at all. And again, my name's Anthony, and I really enjoy this game. If you guys want to talk about it, just shoot me a message, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.